Hey everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. Now we just pretty much did the very first mission of the game and we're being taken back to the main story.
While I was dancing, something happened.
Yuna went crazy, did an awesome, well, a weird dance, and yeah, now she thinks she's going crazy. Now again, kind of, well this is actually pretty different to all the Final Fantasies that I've ever played. I admit that I haven't played all of them, but the ones I've played are pretty much popped. But as far as I know, this is the first Final Fantasy where you actually start out with an airship. Now as soon as you've done the first mission, you do get taken straight back to it.
I was. It felt like some other person's excitement just took over.
That can happen when you use the garment grid. The emotions of the person recorded in the sphere pass to the user.
Isn't that dangerous?
I can't really say.
But it's your invention.
I'm just a kid.
You'll hear that line a lot in this game, and it's a very familiar face
It'll cost
that you should remember from Final Fantasy X.
One moment.
She's kidding.
What? No thanks?
He's got a bit of a weird relationship with Brother and Yuna, because if you remember, they are cousins, but he has a really weird affection towards his cousin, which is a bit odd and shouldn't really be there. But yeah, we now have control of Yuna, and we have an entire airship. Woo! And another thing you can do in this game is if you hold, not X, wrong button, if you hold circle, you can actually jump off certain ledges. And half the time you will like get told when they are. But it's a nice little way to make shortcuts, and I'm gonna make a first save just in case anything goes wrong with recording. I'm gonna save on the very last slot because I'm still using Graham's card. So just in case we get any of them mixed up, I'm on slot 10. Grayscale is still with me at the moment, but as I'm pretty much explaining everything, he might add the odd comment, but not really talking. And I've got my friend Dan here as well, just Dan, who's also with us. Now, this airship is kind of familiar to the one that you do get in 10, but it is also very different. Now, first place we are going to is the engine room. Now, what you'll soon learn about Final Fantasy X-2 is that the entire game is done in stages. It's 5 chapters long. Each chapter is a different length long. And in each chapter, in the engine room, there are 4 chests that you can open. Now, if you forget to open them, just say in chapter 1. As soon as it goes to chapter 2, everything that was in there is lost and you can't pick it up again. So just make sure at the beginning of each chapter you go and pick everything up, just because you wouldn't get another chance to. And sometimes you can get pretty useful items, but it just depends how much money you've got and if you've been exploring properly. That little bit down there, there's nothing below, so you don't really need to go down there. And there's 3 more rooms in the airship altogether. There's the bridge where we just were. Yeah, there's the deck, which we'll go to now, and I'll just show you. It's the very top of the airship, and you do actually get quite a few scenes on the top of the airship. At the moment, I don't think there is anything. So we can zoom in. Hello. And there's a little gull on the front. But yeah, you can go to the top of the airship. There's nothing up here quite yet, but throughout the game there are moments and scenes where going up here will actually boost your percentage and you can get nice little cutscenes as well. Okay, we also have the cabin, which is another room, and again up here there are quite a lot of scenes that you can get. Now you won't spend all of your time on the airship, well in the airship doing things up here, but you're always going to different areas and everything anyway, so the majority of your time that you spend in one place will be up here. Now over here we have Barkeep, who is a Hypello. And if you ever want to rest...
No one knows his real name, so everyone just calls him Barkeep. Brother took him in, and
Yeah,
now
sure,
he works
what
aboard the
can I
airship.
do for you? But you can, up here, you can rest, and you can use the gold store. Now, another thing you want to do, you want to rest. Every single chapter, remember to rest, because again, it unlocks something that you need to get 100%. So as soon as the chapter starts, before you do anything else, go pick up the chests in the cabin, in the engine room, and rest in the cabin. Just because if you're not going for 100% and you're just playing the game through, then you don't really need to. But if you are 100% in it or wanting to get a really high percentage and unlock all the little cutscenes, then I'd advise it, because yeah, you need to. He also has the shop down here, the gold store, where you can buy bits and you can buy accessories, but at the moment I'm going to leave all this. And what else do we have done? And at the moment there's nothing. We have a little stage up here, but there's nothing else really up here at the moment, so we can leave that and we can go back down to the, what was it, the bridge or the cabin? I can't remember what it was called. But we can go back down and start the main story. Bridge, that was it. And this is the bit where we can start to find out a little bit about all the main characters. Also, as in 10, by just clicking on a save sphere, that will restore all your health and your MP. So we'll go back down here and we'll get to know a bit more about all the characters.
This is Pain. I look up to her as a sphere hunter, and also as a friend. I still don't know her very well. She's not exactly the talkative type. I heard she joined the Gullwings shortly before I did. Riku doesn't know much about her either.
What now?
Nothing.
Oh. Might as well take it easy until Buddy picks up some leads. Buddy was also in Final Fantasy X, but we didn't really talk too much then. Over here we have... This name should be very familiar to anybody. Hopefully.
Shinra's an
We have
outlaw.
Shinra
He's a real
over
whiz
here.
kid.
Now this is the first time the name Shinra has cropped up in Final Fantasy X or X-2. But if you've ever played Final Fantasy VII, you should know what Shinra was in that game. Now, Shinra is pretty much like an Albed child, and he's very, very smart, and if you ever need to learn anything about anything, he's the guy to go to. The Dos Aries, I think that's how you pronounce it, is all the characters that you can meet in the game. Basically, if you click on one of them, as long as you've met them, you can choose them. And it will show you a picture and a bit of writing on them. Now, there are a few characters in the game where if you see them and then something happens, if you click on them again, you will get a different like writing or a different image. I can't remember exactly which ones they are, but I'm pretty sure there are a few. The Bestiaries, I'm really bad at pronouncing these. This is all the monsters that you can find in the game. We haven't fought any yet. We've only fought goons, so we don't have anything in there.
I know everything.
And as Shinra's about to tell us, he knows everything. We also have treasure spheres, which is a new addition to this game as well. Throughout the game you can collect things called spheres. Now, Yuna, Pain and Riku are all part of a group called the Wingles, I think it is. It's Wingles, isn't it? Gullwings. The Wingles, what am I? Wingles are Pokemon, bad man there, you should know that. Yeah, they are part of the Gullwings. And they are sphere hunters. Now, sphere hunters are people who go around hunting spheres, if you didn't click onto that. But we already have one, so let's watch it. This is the sphere that Yuna first found, which actually made her want to become a sphere hunter, so this could be interesting.
No, I'm not sorry. I haven't done anything wrong. I know you're listening. If she was your girl, what would you do? How can you blame me for trying to use your weapon? It was the only way I could save the summoner. What would you do if you were me? Let me out! I want to see her!
very provoking sphere there. And that guy should look familiar, or at least tickle some memories. But as of yet, we only have one sphere.
I
I
know.
think there's one more thing that we can talk to Shimmer about. It is Shimmer's Guide to Everything. That pretty much takes you through all of the like aspects of the game, how to use the garment grid, how to use spheres, new abilities, all the basics, and that's that. We go down here, we can talk to Riku.
Is my talking
Oh, or brother.
better?
We'll do brother first.
He really has improved quite a bit. He told me that he practiced, just so that he could talk with me more.
Which is really, really creepy. Now, we are going to lay in our bed, obviously. Now, something new as well with this, as we were saying before, if you do New Game Plus, it does actually carry on over all your Albed primers. But when you do the new game, all the Albed primers have refreshed themselves. So if you've already, like, just say that those 3 that we just got given, we would have already had them on New Game Plus. So when you start the game again and talk to brother, he'll give you 3 new Albed primers that you don't already have.
Having
Which
fun?
is pretty cool. So you don't have to go hunting for them.
It all began when I saw this sphere of you. At least, it looked like you. I couldn't say for sure. I thought I might find more spheres like it if I joined the Gullwings, so I did. Oh, in case you're wondering, the Gullwings are sphere hunters, and sphere hunters are, well, this. We fly all over Spira. I'm really enjoying myself.
Glad to hear it. For a while
So
there, I
again,
was starting to feel like a kid.
Eunice just kinda...
Don't be silly.
You just told you what they are, they're sphere hunters, what they do, which I've already told you. And last but not least,
Still
we have
analyzing.
Buddy.
Greedy.
Buddy and brother
Shut up.
are old friends. Buddy says he was aboard Sid's airship with us 2 years ago. When I told him I didn't remember, he seemed disappointed.
She's so mean. We now have 4 letters of the Albed dictionary already. Now, Buddy is our go-to guy. Whenever we want to go anywhere, we go to Buddy. And he will actually take us where we need to go. But for now, if we... I think we need to go back up top. If we try to go back through. Or maybe not. Oh, I can't remember what to do next. So much for being an expert at this game, I can't remember where to go.
I know everything.
Yes, we know. I actually can't remember where to go. Come on, Manda. Remember. Buddy's still on our... Okay, I think we have to go back up to the cabin. So we'll go to the cabin, we'll rest again, and I think once we've done that and we come back down, they will have some info for us on a sphere. Now, the first time I actually played this, I didn't know I had to do that, and I got really lost, really confused, and I actually stopped playing just because I couldn't get past the first bit because I didn't know what to do. Now, I know we've already rested, but you do need to do it again just so you can get to the next bit. So it isn't essential to go rest straight away, like I said before, but if it's just there in case you forget and that you need to do it. And now when we go back down, they should be ready for us and we should be able to do our very first actual mission that wasn't the opening. I am going to try and talk about everything that you can do in this game because I do kind of pride myself on knowing a lot about it. Oh, here we go.
Go wings!
But it has been a while since I have like 100%ed it, so things might be a little like sketchy. So I do apologise if I say things wrong and then correct myself, but I am going to try and, you know, do you guys proud and do myself proud. We can jump down
Treasure
this bit
sphere
as well.
waves. They're coming from those ruins they found at Gagazet.
All right.
So first stop, Gagazet. Also with the alphabet, I actually do know what quite a lot of it means because I played this game that much. And this screen might look familiar as well. In Final Fantasy X, not to spoil anything, but when you get to the airship, you get a screen very similar to this where you can choose like where to go. And this is the basic navigation system that they've got for 10.2. You've got all of the areas, pretty much all of them, right off the bat. You can choose where to go, and if there's any hotspots or missions to do there, you can go do it. So we are going to go on a sphere hunt in Gagazet.
Sacred Mount Gagazet, silent guardian of Xanarkand, city of the dead. When the faith disappeared, the clouds enshrouding the mountain began to thin and disperse, revealing long-forgotten ruins among its peaks. Hey, the rocks are floating!
Don't tell me we gotta climb up that thing.
No worries. I'll take you to the top.
Here we go, and we're on a completely new area for Gagazet that you will have never seen before, because as you just said, clouds dispersed, ruins were discovered, so we get to explore an entirely new area of a very familiar setting. Oh no. Already not off to a fine start, you know, come on. You defeated Sin. Surely you shouldn't lose your balance. Let's get sharp.
Like the rest of Spira.
I'm not listening.
You're such a grammar Nazi.
Riku, come in.
You want me to hurt him?
You'll also see throughout the game that Brother can be a little bit meaner to Riku, but then when it comes to Yuna, he'll be all lovey-dovey.
Come in.
Because incest is a good thing, apparently.
Thanks, that was a little close.
A little?
Come in.
We're here, everything's fine now.
Now, keep an eye on Riku.
You got it.
Okay, so once again we have complete control and we can run! Free as the wind! And this kind of explains the jumping that I was doing in the bridge before. If you hold circle when you're running up to gaps and things that look like they can be jumped, you automatically jump across them. Whereas if you're just running and you're not holding circle, she'll stumble, and in certain cases she will just fall to the bottom. There you go. She also climbs the ledges using that. And as you'll see here, if you don't hold circle, as I just said, you will fall. But not to your death, you'll just fall to bits, places where you're allowed to fall. And Defined Logic, if you run to this wall, she can climb back up, but not the other one apparently. And then jump back across to get to this area.
Oh, we're not getting across this way.
Let's find another route.
I'm sure we can find one, Riku, don't worry. So we go down. And nothing up here. Right, first save sphere in Gagazet, and I'm going to save and call that a video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. To be fair, these first two parts have kind of been more explanation videos and kind of getting into the swing of things, but we're now on the first mission. We're in Gagazet, and we're ready to take on the world. I've been the Amanda, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.